All right, we're back and talking about the wild and crazy world of debt and financing. I'm kidding, it's not that exciting, but we'll go on. So, in the last video, I talked about the minimum payment trap, right? And I mentioned something pretty casually that interest accrues daily on most consumer debts. But that one sentence is really doing a lot of work, and I thought it deserved its own video. Because when I say your balance is growing every single day, I don't mean in an abstract, be careful with your money kind of a way. I mean mathematically. So, literally, while you were asleep last night, your credit card balance got bigger and bigger.
Okay, this is what we're doing? All right.
And your brain doesn't see that happening in real time. So here's the actual daily math, not rounded, not estimated, the real math, and the neuroscience of why your brain is wired to ignore it until it's already a problem. One quick thing though, if you pay your full statement balance every month, your card's grace period means you're not being charged daily interest. Now, I said statement balance, not minimum payment or partial balance, anything like that. This video is for everyone who carries a balance that they haven't fully paid off, which is actually most of us. And that grace period only applies if you paid your full statement balance last month. So carry a balance month to month, and most cards eliminate it entirely. All right, math. Same balance I used in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it at the end. $5,000, 22% APR. Check your card's current rate before you run these numbers. Side note, if you've been making payments regularly, you can call your credit card company and request a lower APR. Some will do it, some won't, but it's worth a call. Now, rates move, and the national average has been hovering right around this 22%. But yours may be different. The math works the same way regardless of the numbers that you plug in. So APR stands for the annual percentage rate, which sounds like it's calculated once a year, but it's not. Here's how it actually works. Your 22% APR gets divided by 365 days in the year, if you didn't know. Leap year, all that, but whatever. Anyways, that gives you your daily periodic rate. 22 divided by 365, which equals 0.0603 per day.
Process anything so bomb.
That number sounds super small. That's by design. We'll come back to that. But your daily interest charge is that rate multiplied by your current balance. So on day one, $5,000 times 0.0603. You're being charged $3.01 today. Not this month, not this billing cycle, not on that single purchase, but today.
Today is Thursday, but Dwight thinks that it's Friday.
Tomorrow, it's $3.01. Again, day after that, same. Every single day your balance doesn't move, that meter is running. That may not sound like much because it can't even buy you a coffee anymore, but over 30 days, that's roughly $90 in interest on a balance that you haven't touched. And by touched, I mean paid or added to. So $90. What is the real cost of that? Because $3 a day really doesn't sound bad. But my husband and I can eat out for $90. That's a date night. Granted, no alcohol included, but I digress. Over a year, assuming the balance just sat there untouched, you're looking at roughly $1,100 in interest in 1 year. And that's before compounding does its thing. You didn't spend anything new, you didn't miss a payment. The balance just existed. And it cost you $1,100 in 1 year.
Chris, I'm dying.
Here's where the brain science comes in. $3.01, that's your daily interest charge. That number feels like nothing. It's a less than a coffee. It doesn't register as a threat. Your brain files it away under not worth thinking about and then moves on. This is not you being bad at math. This is a documented cognitive phenomenon called temporal discounting.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Temporal discounting is the brain's tendency to assign less value, less mental weight to things that happen in the future versus things that happen right now. The further away a consequence is, the less real it feels for your nervous system. And $3.01 per day doesn't feel like $1,100 per year. Those two numbers don't live in the same neighborhood in your brain, even though they're the same thing. One is just compounded over time. Your brain sees $3 and thinks NBD. Your brain never actually calculates the $3 times 365. That's not how we process time. We feel the present moment. We estimate the future badly, and we almost never multiply small daily costs into their annual reality without someone forcing us to do it.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
Which is exactly why credit card companies express interest as an annual rate instead of a daily one, because 22% once a year sounds like a manageable yearly event. 301 every single morning sounds like a slow leak that you should probably fix. Maybe that check engine light flashing, we'll get to it. But the same number, completely different emotional response if you look at the actual cost over the year. Because I could do a lot with $1,000. That moves my ass to live on ramen and pay some shit off. I don't know about you, but I can get some stuff done with $1,000. So this is the moment where I ask you to like and subscribe to learn more about your debt, and make sure to comment if you have any questions. I'm always more than happy to help. Back to it. Now, here's the part that actually changes your behavior if you let it. Your interest isn't calculated on your statement balance. It's calculated on your average daily balance.
How long does that have?
Doesn't matter. You're back now.
That means the number of days you carry a high balance matters. Just walk through this with me, okay? Trust me, I promise there's a reason for all of it. But you have $5,000 on your card. Your payment is due on the 28th. You wait until the 27th to pay your minimum. Let's say $100. Your average daily balance for that cycle is based on $5,000 for 27 days. Your interest charge is calculated on a balance that was $5,000 for almost the entire month. Now, same scenario, same payment, same amount, but you pay it on day 14 instead. Your average daily balance is $5,000 for 14 days, then $4,900 for 14 days. Now, I'm simplifying this a bit because of that $100 payment. Not all of it is going to the actual amount owed or the principal. It's going to the interest first, then the remainder goes to the principal. So that 4,900 should really be about 4,950. So remember, the math is really rough on this. I'm trying to get you to understand the long-term cost of carrying debt. So the base that interest gets calculated on just got smaller. Your next interest charge is slightly lower, and your next daily rate applies to a slightly smaller number. Same dollar amount paid, different timing, different outcome. So, roughly speaking, if you wait until day 30, you're looking at about $90 in interest, 10 to principal. But around day 14, 40 to 50 in interest, 50 to 60 to your principal. Remember, these are rough numbers. The exact split depends on your card's calculation method. This compounds, not dramatically in month one, but over 12 months of mid-cycle payments on the same balance, you save real money without spending an extra dollar. The bank is not going to explain this to you. The due date on your statement exists to tell you the last possible moment. They'll accept payment without penalizing you. That is not the optimal moment to pay. So can I foot stomp that for you guys in the back? Like foot stomp? The due date on your statement exists to tell you the last possible moment they'll accept payment without penalizing you. So why don't people know this? Why doesn't everyone pay mid-cycle or earlier? Because invisible costs don't trigger threat responses. Your brain's threat detection system, your amygdala, is wired to respond to things that are concrete, immediate, and visible. A bill with a due date is concrete. A daily interest charge that never even appears as a line item never appears as a threat or a problem. Your credit card statement doesn't show you, here is what we charged you in interest today. It shows you a monthly interest charge as a single number at the end of the billing cycle. 30 days of daily interest compressed into one line item that you see once a month if you look at it. By the time you see it, it's done. And because you never felt it accumulate, because there was no daily notification, no daily sting, your brain never built a fear or threat from it. You can't develop a threat response to something you never experienced as a threat. This is called the pain of paying, a concept from behavioral economics. Physical cash, handing it away, triggers a real pain response. When you hand it over, you feel that loss. Card payments reduce that pain significantly. And automatic interest charges, you feel almost nothing.
Secure. Cargo is loaded.
The system is not broken. The system is working exactly as designed for them to make a lot of money off you. So what do you do with this information, right? How does this even help me? Well, here are three simple ones, okay? One, find your daily rate. Take your APR, divide by 365. That's your daily periodic rate. Multiply it by your current balance. That's what today cost you. Do the math once. Write the number down somewhere you'll see it, on a mirror or something where it's going to be in front of you, okay? Not to torture yourself, but to make it visible. Visible costs trigger responses, but invisible costs don't. Step two, stop waiting for the due date. If you have money sitting in your checking account between now and your due date, That money is doing nothing while your balance is accruing daily interest. Move the payment earlier. Even 2 weeks earlier on a minimum payment starts shifting your average daily balance in the right direction.
Add that up and you get.
You want me to speak?
And 3, know your actual balance. Most people know their credit card balance the same way they know their car's mileage, by roughly guessing. Your balance changes every single day, and knowing it precisely isn't obsessive. It's the only way to make accurate decisions about it. So if you don't track it, you can't measure it. Your brain is not wired to fill compound interest. It never was. There was no evolutionary pressure to develop a nervous system response to a 0.0603% daily charge on a revolving credit product. That's not a character flaw. That's just the mismatch between a brain built for immediate, visible threats and a financial system built on slow, invisible accumulation. The daily interest on your debt doesn't care that you can't feel it. It runs whether you're thinking about it or not.
Like this, and the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
The math in this video makes more sense if you go watch my minimum payment trap video. And if you want a tool that actually does this math for you, your balance, your rate, your timing, and tells you the exact sequence that gets you out of debt fastest, that's what I've been building. More on that soon though. Until then, duck, duck, whoop, whoop, and I'm out.